Cruisers, I'm Sherry with CruiseTipsTV.com. Happy Thanksgiving. We are extremely thankful for you. And we just want to let you know that we're super honored that y'all have been watching these videos. We started a little tradition during Vlogtoberfest where we filmed Q&As where we just took all of your questions coming in on YouTube and put them into a video. And we've really been thrilled at how much you seem to be enjoying them and how the questions just keep coming in. So we're going to keep doing this for a little while longer. Well, for as long as you want us to. How does that sound? We have about 10 questions that we're going to answer today. The first one comes from Sarah K. She says, do you have any tips for cruising out of other countries? I have a Northern European cruise on Norwegian Getaway booked for 2024. This will be my first solo cruise and first time in Europe. Oh, Sarah, I'm so jealous. That's going to be an amazing cruise. Yes, we do. We have lots of resources for you. We have a what to pack for a European cruise video, linking that sucker down in the video for you. That was specifically a Mediterranean cruise. And we have an entire playlist of international travel tips, flight tips, travel tips, all kinds of things. So that playlist and the what to pack video down in the description for you, linked very easily, and we'd love to invite you to watch those. Lots of tips for you. Carissa Underwood said, can I take a portable water thermos that can plug in with a USB cord to heat water? It looks just like a thermos. Carissa, technically, if you were to read the rules for the cruise line, that would probably be considered a heating element and might be on the forbidden list. But depending on what it looks like, if it really looks just like a thermos, you're probably going to be able to get away with it. That's kind of the unofficial answer from us here at Cruise Tips TV, but know that it could get confiscated if it has a heating element. That's kind of the rule. Lakeisha Taylor said, what is the best stateroom for a family of 3 going on a 7-day cruise? Lakeisha, the best stateroom for you is going to depend on a lot of different factors, where you're going, what ship it is, but I would say the best one you can afford. If that means an outside cabin with a window, great. If that means a balcony, great. If it means a mini suite, great. A couple things you might want to look for, Lakeisha. Some people have a preference with a third person in their room as to whether or not you want to be sleeping in an upper or on a sofa bed. An upper is like a pull down that comes out of the wall. It's like a Pullman bed. And some people don't like those. Personally, I don't like them. My son just does better on a sofa bed. So we always look for rooms with a sofa bed instead of a third person that comes out of the wall. Just a personal preference. If you want a little bit more space, cruise lines like Carnival have their family harbor area where they have extra space for families, and those cabins are gorgeous if you're okay with being on a lower deck. I hope that helps you out, Lakeisha. Diane H. said that she and her husband are going on Carnival Dream and they booked a Cloud 9 spa suite. Diane said, does having the Cloud 9 spa suite give you priority boarding, or should we purchase faster to the fun? Great question, Diane. It does not give you priority boarding, unfortunately. So it gives you lots of other perks like spa discounts and access to the thermal suite and some other really nice things. But unfortunately, no, you'll have to buy faster to the fun if you want to get on board early. And you'll probably find that in the shore excursions section of the website, and it should be on the embarkation day if it's not sold out already. So there you go, Diane. David Arcus said, hi, Sherry, how do you rate the 3 major cruise lines with the best variety and quality of free dining food as well as the best buffet area? Oh, David, food questions are so subjective. You can't make me do this, David. It's really hard. So when you say the major 3, you're talking about Carnival, Royal Caribbean, and Norwegian, right? So with the best variety and quality of free dining as well as the best buffet, I'm probably going to give a little bit of a nod to Royal Caribbean here because there is a lot of options for free dining. You've got the buffet, you've got, generally speaking, a lot of poolside dining, and you also have a lot of other different alternative dining things that are free, whether it's pizza, whether it's the Royal Kummelweck roast beef sandwich on embarkation. There's a lot of free stuff. There's a lot of upcharge too. Norwegian, I would say, has a lot more upcharge stuff, but they still have a wonderful variety in their buffet and their main dining rooms. But I feel like I have to give Royal Caribbean a little bit more of a nod. Carnival, I think people complain the most about the food on Carnival, which is kind of a bummer, right? But I feel like people have been making mention lately of their buffet just being kind of meh. So I think I'm going to go ahead and rank Royal Caribbean a little higher and say that for variety, now you asked variety and quality of free dining food. You didn't ask me about specialty. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with Royal Caribbean. There you go, my friend. And best buffet area, I mean, you can't really beat the Windjammer on Royal Caribbean. They're really large buffet areas. There's something for everyone. And I think a lot of people really love the Windjammer. Sarah Grant going on a 5-nighter on Adventure of the Seas. She said tips for making the most of a shorter cruise. This is a really good question, Sarah. Tips for making the most of a shorter cruise. Couple of things. Number one, if you want to really stretch out your time, board early on the first day if you can. Try to get an earlier boarding time, get on, tour the ship, and start your day. Have an actual day. Now, on Adventure of the Seas, you're probably going to be able to do that. Royal Caribbean allows for some pretty early boarding. Also, do something special on your first day. Make a dining reservation, perhaps. Don't deal with the crazy crowded dining room. Go start that vacation and feel like, okay, I went to the steakhouse, I ordered a fancy bottle of wine, and I splurged. It really makes you feel like your vacation is underway sooner, and you avoid a lot of the stress. I would say too, be careful about overdoing it on day one. Here I am telling you to board early and book a fancy dining reservation, but what I really also want to say is don't wear yourself out. Make sure that you build in some time to do nothing and just chill. And lastly, make a list, you and your husband, of the things, maybe 5 or so things that you really want to do or see on the ship during your shorter cruise, your 5-night cruise. One thing per day that you really want to do. And make sure you do those things, but don't pressure yourself to do more. And that leaves a little bit to surprise. Bon voyage, Sarah. You and your husband have a wonderful time. Elaine Mast says, question, I have a cruise on my bucket list to the Norwegian Fjords, but I've heard they're going to ban cruise ships in certain areas of the fjords. Do you know when the ban is going to affect? Wanting to sail in 2025, but I'm worried the ban may already be in place. So yeah, Elaine, this is tricky. Elaine, personally, I've heard this information too. There's a couple of articles. There's one on a website called Ferry Shipping News, and there's another one on the Norway Guide about the stopping to the popular Fjord cruises. It sounds like the Fjord cruises are on the chopping block, but there's a little bit of uncertainty, because what's happening is that these particular fjords will only be accessible for ships that have 0 emissions. And right now there aren't any cruise ships with 0 emissions. There's one that's under construction that will be a fully electric ship, but that really cuts out a lot of different cruise ships. So I personally, if I were you, I would make sure that you get up there sooner than later. Honestly, I would book a 2023 if you can to get up there. It's sounding like 2026 might be the year when that's going to happen. So from 2026 onwards, that will be when the 0 emission ships can enter the famous fjords like Garanger and Flam. But, you know, I think things could change and I would get there sooner than later. I really, really would. Next up, David R. said, do the fitness centers on Panorama have a free sauna and steam for all guests, or is that just for Cloud9 Spa? I saw they have a 7-day pass, but not sure if that's per person or per couple. I want to use the steam throughout the trip, but not sure if I should do it by day or if I want to prepay it for the total of about $290. Is it worth it? Okay, David, I think that it's really wonderful, and no, you don't have free access to anything on that ship from what I recall. There's some ships, I think like maybe Miracle or Splendor has some free saunas and steam rooms, which is interesting, but not this one. So is it worth it? That depends on whether or not you're going to use it every day. I think it's a wonderful way to start your day, you know, get up, maybe exercise a little bit, have some breakfast, and then before you take like a big old shower, maybe go in there and just enjoy the different steam rooms and the saunas and all of that. But I'm not 100% sure on the price right now. I feel like it's probably $149 per person. That sounds about right. But if you're really going to use it and you're going to use it every day, get the pass. Also, if you want, just go tour. Check it out on day one. See what you think about it. See if you think you can see yourself in there. And also, you know, look and see if it feels crowded to you, because sometimes those can be crowded and unpleasant. Hopefully that sheds a little light on it for you. Our last question for today's episode is from Carrie Morrison. Carrie said, my best friend and I are doing a 4-day Mexican Riviera on Carnival Radiance on May 2023. It's my second cruise and her first. What is the weather like that time of year? That's Carrie's first question. May is a wild card, Carrie. May can be 90 degrees or it can be 60 degrees. So I would pack a combination of shorts or sundresses and maybe jeans and a hoodie, because you just don't know. It sounds like if you're going on Radiance, you're going to Catalina and Ensenada. It's probably going to be warm. Honestly, it's probably going to be shorts weather. Probably. But you just never know. It can be still a little bit chilly and sometimes foggy in May. You also wanted to know if there was a decent hotel in Long Beach by the port. Yes, yes, yes. We love the Hotel Maya. We've got loads and loads of videos on the Hotel Maya here on our channel. We'll link to a vlog or something like that that will help you out with that. And some kind of a video. I've got a hotel tour and a few other things down in the description of this video, but you're gonna love it so much. It's great. And so that's a wrap for this particular episode We're going to be doing another Q&A very soon. Just want to wish everyone again a very, very happy Thanksgiving and let you know that if you are interested in a little bit of holiday shopping, our gift guides are up on our Amazon store, amazon.com/shop/cruise tips TV. If you are going to be around on Thanksgiving and Black Friday and Cyber Monday, we will be live streaming on our Amazon Live channel, also linked down below. It's the same as where you can shop. And we're going to be talking about Black Friday deals live. So if you're feeling a little lonely, you're sick of cooking pie, maybe the holidays are a little bit of a lonely and difficult time for you, come hang out with us. We're welcoming you into our little studio here and into our little home for Thanksgiving. We're going to be potentially even doing some cooking in the kitchen live on Thanksgiving. So we'd love to welcome you. Come say hi and come hang out with us. We'll make sure that you have links to every resource that was mentioned in the description of this video. Make sure you leave your questions as well so you can be featured. And until next time, we'll see you on the high seas. Bye-bye.